Inheritance tax is a voluntary tax, and we are looking at some of the things that you can do with inheritance tax. I've reached the final two that I wanted to raise in these videos. The first one is to show you an investment that can take assets outside of your estate after only 2 years. And the second one is to show you how to create a fund that's available to your beneficiaries, which they could use to pay the tax. Now, earlier, I spoke about using trusts, and I said that if you gift assets to trust, then they'll be outside of your estate after 7 years, providing you give up all rights to any benefits of that trust, with the exception of 2, where you need independent financial advice. However, did you know there are investments which would let you take those assets outside of your estate for inheritance tax after only 2 years? These are investments in the AIM stock market. And the really good news is that you can use them with ISA accounts, because a lot of people have built up substantial ISA accounts. And why wouldn't you? Because ISAs are tax-free. So everything that you take from your ISA, growth or income, is tax-free. But they have to be held inside of your estate. You can't hold them under a trust, but you can invest in AIM shares. AIM shares should be subject to business property relief. And business property relief will create a 0 bill for inheritance tax, providing you've held them for 2 years and at the date of death. So this is something that really could be explored. The final area I want to look at is creating a fund to pay the tax. Now, the way you do that is through a life insurance policy, which is paid to a trust which is held outside of your estate and where the beneficiaries are your children, probably. That means that when you die, the sum assured will go into that trust and the beneficiaries can then use it to pay the tax. Now, if you've provided more money than there is tax because you've done careful planning and spent quite a lot, then the beneficiaries have just got a larger legacy. Let me give you an example. Supposing we have a husband and wife, both currently aged 65, where there's a £500,000 inheritance tax liability. They could put in place a joint life second death plan for a premium of £910 a month. And if they had to pay that up until their 100th birthday, they would actually have spent something like £382,200, but there would be £500,000 sitting in trust for their beneficiaries. And remember that this sum assured is available after the first premium is paid, so the actual cost to them could be substantially less, as not everybody makes it to 100. Certainly something to include in your thinking. If, however, they need that money to pay the tax, it makes life so much simpler for them, because when you die, your estate tax has to be agreed with the revenue, and the tax has to be paid within 6 months, or the revenue can start to charge interest. And today, the revenue rarely manages to agree anything within 6 months. So, of course, having funds available can reduce any future costs. Now, if you'd like to explore any of these things, please give me a call, because I love working with inheritance tax and I'd really like to speak with you. So I do look forward to hearing from you very soon.